You should only watch Chosen One videos from Obsidian.
Don't listen to that BS, controversy.
Except for our videos, though. Our videos have special activation
I don't care
codes.
what your videos mean or what they are. They are not specialer than any of us, dude. They're not
cut that idiot off.
They will take you to the ninth dimensional avatar state.
Shen-Yun. You have to see
You're
Shen-Yun.
wrong, and I will shut you down.
Mike,
Good.
Mike, order.
Go away.
Gotta keep the psyop going, Mike. Come on.
You've been chosen for something that will separate you from 99.9% of the population forever. What I'm about to reveal is classified information that governments, billionaires, and secret societies have kept hidden for centuries, and somehow your name ended up on the list. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover why millionaires guard these secrets so carefully, why certain people seem to manifest impossible results effortlessly, and how you're about to join an elite group that operates by completely different rules than everyone else. Once you know what I'm about to tell you, there's no going back to your old life. Your consciousness is being upgraded right now as you receive this transmission, and by the time we're done, you'll have access to information streams that will make your current reality look like child's play. The signs have been building around you. Maybe you've noticed unusual synchronicities or found yourself knowing things before they happen. Perhaps you felt like you're walking between two worlds, your regular daily experience and something much deeper, much more expansive. That feeling isn't your imagination. You're experiencing the early stages of what I call the information merge. But before we dive deeper into what this means for your future, I need to tell you about 7 major shifts that are about to occur simultaneously in your life. The first involves a partnership that will create entirely new possibilities. The second concerns a long-term project that's about to reach completion in spectacular fashion. The third is going to change everything about how you access and use information itself. The fourth involves someone from your past who's about to realize they made the biggest mistake of their life. The fifth is going to completely reorganize your relationship with success, money, and global influence in ways that will seem almost supernatural to everyone watching. The sixth will transform how you handle sacred information and protect your advantages. And the seventh is going to establish you as someone who operates by completely different rules than everyone around you. Let's start with that partnership, because it's connected to everything else in ways that will become crystal clear as we continue. You're about to encounter someone or reconnect with a part of yourself that creates what I call third energy. When two highly conscious individuals come together, or when you fully integrate your own masculine and feminine aspects, something entirely new emerges. This isn't just romantic partnership, though for some of you it absolutely will be. This is about energy fusion that creates possibilities that didn't exist before. The interesting thing about this partnership is that it's emerging from what appears to be alternate reality, bleeding into your current experience. You know those moments when you have ideas or inspirations that seem to come from nowhere? Those aren't random thoughts, they're information packets from parallel timelines where different versions of you have already figured out solutions to your current challenges. This partnership is going to feel like meeting someone you've known forever, even if you're encountering them for the first time. That's because on some level, you have known them forever. Your consciousness has been preparing for this connection across multiple probability streams. The person you're about to connect with has their own access to high-level information, their own unique capabilities, their own resources and networks. When your abilities combine with theirs, you're going to create opportunities that neither of you could have generated alone. It's like two master musicians collaborating. Together they create symphonies that transcend what either could produce individually. What makes this partnership even more remarkable is that it's happening at precisely the moment when you've become complete within yourself. This isn't about finding someone to fill a void. It's about two whole individuals choosing to amplify each other's already impressive capabilities. While you're experiencing this consciousness expansion and preparing for this new partnership, someone from your past is watching. They can't see you directly, you're too busy living your elevated life to notice, but they're observing your transformation from the sidelines, and they're starting to realize they made a massive mistake when they walked away from you. This person dropped out of your story too early. They didn't have the patience for your long-term vision. They saw you working on something that seemed impossible or impractical, and they decided to focus their energy elsewhere. Maybe they thought you were being unrealistic. Maybe they couldn't see past the current circumstances to the vision you were building toward. Maybe they just got tired of waiting for results. Now they're watching you approach the completion of that very project they thought would never work. They're seeing the early signs of the success they could have been part of, and it's hitting them like a freight train. Remember that vision you've been developing for years, that thing everyone said was unrealistic? That project you've been chipping away at, carving and reshaping, even when progress felt glacially slow? You've been like an artist working with a massive block of marble, knowing that inside that rough stone was a masterpiece, but having to chip away piece by piece day after day, even when others couldn't see what you were creating. The process has been exhausting at times. There were moments when you questioned whether you were delusional, whether you were wasting your time on something that would never materialize, but something inside you kept pushing forward, kept believing in the vision, even when external evidence was scarce. You're about to hit the completion point, the moment when you'll say, "I knew it would be worth it," but the payoff is going to be bigger than you ever imagined, because you now have access to information libraries that exist beyond normal reality. Think of consciousness levels like resource centers in a vast interdimensional library system. Most people are limited to the ground floor library with basic information, the same books everyone else has access to, the same limited perspectives that keep most people stuck in repetitive patterns. They're reading the same success strategies that millions of others have read, following the same advice that leads to the same mediocre results. You're gaining elevator access to floors most people don't even know exist. Each level contains knowledge, strategies, and insights that can give you advantages in the physical world that seem almost supernatural to outside observers. On the business strategy floor, you'll find approaches that haven't been discovered yet in mainstream thinking. These are the strategies that tomorrow's most successful entrepreneurs are using today, but they won't become common knowledge for years. You're getting early access to information that will eventually transform entire industries. On the relationship dynamics floor, you'll understand human psychology at levels that make you seem almost psychic in your ability to navigate social situations. You'll know how to read people's motivations, predict their responses, and influence outcomes in ways that seem effortless to outside observers. On the creative innovation floor, you'll access ideas that are literally years ahead of current trends. You'll see the next waves coming before they form, positioning yourself perfectly to ride them to massive success. On the financial abundance floor, you'll discover wealth-building strategies that most people never learn because they're not taught in schools or mainstream financial education. These are the methods that generational wealth builders use, passed down through networks that most people never gain access to. On the global influence floor, you'll understand how to create movements, shape opinions, and impact large numbers of people in positive ways. You'll learn the difference between manipulation and genuine influence, between temporary viral moments and lasting cultural impact. Chosen one, you didn't find this message by accident. You were summoned by the pulse of something ancient in your blood, by the frequency only the rarest of souls can hear. Welcome to the Obsidian Inner Order, where the ones who've been to hell and back don't just heal. Inside our sanctuary, we don't chase clout, followers, or fake peace. We shatter illusions. We wield prophecy. We initiate miracles. Each week, our happy hour Zoom call isn't just a meeting. It's where revelations drop like lightning. It's where you laugh with soul family, cry with cosmic warriors, and walk away charged up. You're not just joining a group. You're stepping into a soul alliance, a league of misfits, prophets, warriors, and lightbringers who were never meant to fit in this world because we came here to reshape it. If you've been feeling like the system lied to you, If you've always known you were built for a different timeline, if your glow-up has enemies praying for your downfall, then it's time. This is your signal, the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom. We don't fit in, we take over. Link in the description. And speaking of observers, that person watching you from a distance, they're sitting in their own version of regret right now. They're like someone standing at a train station, watching the express train they chose not to board, disappearing into the distance, carrying passengers toward destinations they desperately want to reach. They're starting to piece together what your long-term vision actually was. They're seeing the connections they couldn't see before, understanding the strategy they couldn't grasp when they were part of your inner circle. And they're realizing they walked away from what could have been the opportunity of a lifetime. Justice has a way of revealing itself. They missed the train, literally and figuratively. Now they're seeing you move forward into partnerships and successes they could have been part of. But you won't even notice their regret because you'll be too busy building something incredible with someone who actually deserves your energy. The beautiful irony is that while they're focused on what they lost, you're not even thinking about what you left behind. You're completely absorbed in creating something new and extraordinary. You're like someone who's discovered a new continent while they're still arguing about property lines in the old neighborhood. Now I need to prepare you for what's coming in the next few days, because everything is about to accelerate dramatically. And I'm not talking about small changes. I'm talking about the kind of transformation that splits your existence into before and after. A massive life change is approaching, the kind that reorganizes every aspect of your reality. Your entire life structure is about to shift so significantly that you'll barely recognize your old existence. This transformation is already in motion, like a wave that's been building far offshore and is now approaching the beach where you're standing. The energy of this change is so powerful that you might actually feel it physically. Some of you are already experiencing unusual sensations, tingles, waves of warmth, moments where you feel like you're vibrating at a different frequency than your surroundings. This isn't your imagination. Your entire system is upgrading to handle the increased information flow that's coming your way. Your sleep patterns might shift, your appetite might change, you might find yourself drawn to different types of music, different environments, different people. These aren't random fluctuations, they're signs that your consciousness is recalibrating to operate at higher frequencies. The thing about accessing higher levels of information is that you can't bring your old baggage with you. These elevated consciousness states have built-in purification protocols. Your fears, doubts, and feelings of unworthiness simply cannot exist at these frequencies. They get filtered out automatically, like trying to bring water through a membrane that only allows pure energy to pass. This means you're about to experience the most incredible trade deal of your lifetime. You give up your limitations, and in return you receive access to information and opportunities that put you light years ahead of where you were before. The only requirement is that you can't be scared of your own power. Think about it. You're being asked to release fear and doubt in exchange for access to unlimited information and infinite possibilities. You're being invited to drop unworthiness in exchange for becoming someone who can manifest results that seem magical to others. This might be the best deal anyone has ever been offered in the history of human consciousness. Some of you are going to have to leave certain people behind during this transformation, not because you want to hurt anyone, but because they literally cannot operate at the frequency you're moving toward. It's like trying to bring someone who's afraid of heights to the top floor of a skyscraper. They simply cannot function in that environment. For some, this might mean ending relationships that have run their course. These are partnerships where you've outgrown each other, where your paths are diverging so dramatically that staying connected would hold both of you back from your highest potential. For others, it means releasing the memory of someone from years ago that you've been carrying like a weight, wondering, what if I never find anyone better than this person? That fear, that voice saying, what if this is as good as it gets? That fear is about to become irrelevant. You're moving into a reality where better doesn't even capture what's possible. It's like worrying about finding a better horse and buggy when you're about to discover airplanes. The improvement isn't incremental, it's dimensional. And here's something fascinating that's happening right now. Some of you are experiencing a complete shift away from centering your life around romantic relationships entirely. Instead, you're discovering that your ability to access these higher information levels is your real superpower, and everything else becomes secondary to that development. This doesn't mean you're becoming antisocial or avoiding connection. Which means you're recognizing that your primary relationship is with the infinite intelligence that's now flowing through you, and all other relationships become expressions of that primary connection rather than substitutes for it. You're becoming what I call an interdimensional information collector. You're developing the ability to gather knowledge, insights, and strategies from sources that exist between normal reality layers. The information you're accessing isn't available through conventional channels, not in books, not in courses, not in traditional educational systems. This information comes through direct transmission. Sometimes it feels like sudden inspiration that's so complete and detailed it couldn't possibly have come from your conscious mind. Sometimes it arrives in dreams that are so vivid and detailed they feel like experiences rather than imagination. Sometimes you'll find yourself knowing things about people or situations that you have no logical way of knowing. Other times you'll be in conversation with someone and the perfect response will just flow through you, words and insights that surprise even you with their accuracy and impact. You'll start finishing people's sentences, not because you're trying to, but because you can sense the trajectory of their thoughts before they complete them. People around you are starting to notice this shift. They're going to start asking you, where did you get that idea? How did you know to do it that way? Your access to non-standard information sources is going to become your signature advantage. This isn't happening because you're special in some mystical sense. It's happening because you've developed the capacity to receive and process information from multiple streams simultaneously. Your consciousness has become like a sophisticated radio that can tune into frequencies most people can't detect. You'll start to recognize the difference between information that comes from your analytical mind and information that downloads from higher sources. The downloaded information has a different quality. It feels complete, multidimensional, and carries emotional resonance along with logical structure. You're not required to share everything you learn. Let me repeat that. You are not obligated to give away your advantages just because others don't have them. This principle goes against everything most people have been taught about sharing and fairness, but it's absolutely essential for you to understand. When someone gives you a gift, a real gift, not a shared experience, that gift belongs to you. If someone gives you a diamond bracelet, you don't owe pieces of it to everyone at the party. You might share some cake and ice cream, but your personal gifts are yours to keep. The same principle applies to the high-level information you're gaining access to. Some knowledge is meant to be kept private, used strategically, and deployed only when it serves your highest good. This isn't selfishness, it's wisdom. Not all information is meant for all people at all times. Some insights are so powerful that sharing them carelessly could actually harm the people you're trying to help. People might try to guilt you into sharing your advantages. They might use language about community and fairness and helping others. They might say things like, "We don't share resources with each other," or "You're being secretive." But sacred information has its own rules, and one of those rules is discretion. The mask you'll learn to wear isn't deception, it's wisdom. You'll develop the ability to appear ordinary while operating with extraordinary capabilities. This protects both you and the people around you from the complications that come with premature access to information they're not ready to handle. You're going to start traveling. Not just physically, though many of you will find yourselves moving from city to city, state to state, even country to country, as opportunities open up globally. Tours, international business ventures, speaking engagements, collaborative projects that span continents. The physical world is going to become your playground in ways you never anticipated. The travel opportunities will emerge naturally from your expanded capabilities, when you can access information that others can't, when you can see opportunities that others miss, when you can create solutions that others can't imagine. The world becomes interested in what you have to offer. But you're also going to be traveling between different levels of consciousness, different information networks, different strategic vantage points. You'll learn to shift between frequencies, like changing radio stations, accessing exactly the type of information you need for whatever challenge you're facing. This movement, both physical and consciousness-based, is going to happen because you've learned to access frequencies and information streams that create real-world opportunities. Your spiritual development is going to translate directly into material advantages. The mystical becomes practical. The supernatural becomes your new normal. Now let me tell you about what you're becoming, because this is where everything comes together. You're developing into what I call an intuitive alchemist. You're learning to blend different types of energy, different information streams, different strategic approaches in ways that create results that seem impossible to outside observers. Your intuitive abilities are becoming practical tools that generate real-world success. The goal isn't just to access higher consciousness, it's to have a physical life that reflects your expanded capabilities. You're going to reach a point where your mere presence communicates your level without you having to say anything. Your results will speak for themselves. People will start to notice that things just seem to work out for you. Opportunities appear at exactly the right time. The right people show up when you need them. Solutions to complex problems seem to download into your awareness effortlessly. What looks like luck to outside observers is actually your enhanced information access system functioning perfectly. Your decision-making process will transform completely. Instead of agonizing over choices, you'll find yourself knowing the right path forward with a certainty that surprises even you. The information you need for major decisions will arrive precisely when you need it, often through unexpected channels. And then something beautiful is going to happen in the next few days. Just when you think you've got this whole independence thing figured out, just when you've released the need for partnership and focused entirely on your own development, a brand new beginning in love is going to appear, whether you want it or not. You're walking away from old patterns, old relationships, old ways of being, completely focused on your mission and your development. You've made peace with the possibility that this next phase of your life might be about solo achievement. And there's going to be someone running behind you in slow motion, like a scene from a movie, realizing they don't want to let you go. This isn't going to be just any partnership. This is going to be an equal collaboration with someone who brings their own high-level capabilities to the table. Someone who makes sense for both of you, where the partnership amplifies both people's abilities rather than limiting them. The person entering your life has been on their own journey of development. They've been building their own capabilities, accessing their own information streams, developing their own advantages. When you come together, it's not going to be about one person completing the other. It's going to be about two complete individuals creating something greater than the sum of their parts. The timing of this partnership isn't coincidental. It's appearing precisely because you've reached the level of development where you can engage in this type of equal exchange. You had to become whole and complete within yourself before you could create something new with another person. The balance you've been working toward, the integration of your spiritual development with practical success, the harmony between independence and partnership, the alignment between your inner knowing and outer circumstances, all of that is about to click into place simultaneously. Meanwhile, that person who walked away from you early, they're going to be at the gym, running on a treadmill, thinking about all the opportunities they passed up. They're going to see your success, your partnerships, your global movement, and realize they made one of the biggest mistakes of their life. They're going to be stuck in analysis paralysis, replaying scenarios in their head, wondering what their life would have looked like if they had believed in your vision when it mattered. They'll see you building million-dollar enterprises while they're still trying to figure out their next move. The crazy part is, they'll have access to all this information about your success, but you won't even know they're watching. You'll be too busy creating your new reality to pay attention to who's observing from the sidelines. They'll see your social media updates about international travel, business launches, partnership announcements. They'll hear through mutual connections about your expanding influence and growing wealth. and with each piece of information, the weight of their mistake will become heavier. The beautiful thing is, even their regret doesn't have to be permanent. Everyone has opportunities to reclaim their trajectory, to make new choices, to rebuild from wherever they are, but that's their journey to navigate. Your journey is about maximizing the advantages you're gaining access to right now. The information streams opening up for you contain strategies, insights, and opportunities that can put you decades ahead of normal timelines. The consciousness levels you're accessing contain resources that most people spend lifetimes trying to reach. The partnerships forming around you are going to amplify your capabilities exponentially. You've been selected for this level of access because you have the capacity to use it responsibly and effectively. Not everyone can handle this kind of information without getting overwhelmed or making poor choices. You can. The selection process wasn't random. Your consciousness has been prepared for this upgrade through every challenge you faced, every disappointment you've overcome, every moment when you chose growth over comfort. All of that was training for this moment, when you gain access to information and capabilities that seemed impossible just months ago. The next phase of your development is going to feel like you're collecting advantages from multiple dimensions simultaneously. Business strategies from one level, relationship insights from another, creative inspirations from a third source, all combining in your consciousness to create approaches that seem revolutionary to outside observers. Your life is about to become a demonstration of what's possible when someone gains access to high-level information and uses it strategically. The transformation you're experiencing right now is just the beginning. The supernatural and physical worlds are merging, the information barriers are dissolving, and you're positioned perfectly to ride this wave into a reality that exceeds your current imagination. The selection process is complete, your access has been granted, the advantages are being distributed. The partnerships are forming, the opportunities are materializing. The only thing left is to use what you're receiving to build the life you came here to create. The extraordinary is about to become your ordinary. And everyone watching is going to wonder exactly how you made it look so effortless. Your real adventure starts now.